Bad Teen Titans English dub translation for the win! Teen Titans, Trouble in Tokyo, movie review. Let's finish this up. Let's go! So yo, what's up guys? It's the Insane Game Freak here. I think it has been about time to review this, because I know to finish up Teen Titans properly, I gotta review the movie. And I'm sorry I dicked around with it, but there was two things I had to do. One, I had to stop procrastinating, and two, I had to rewatch the movie to get a clear, vivid remembrance of the movie. Which I find funny because I watched the movie like 2 weeks ago. So, well, again, that wasn't the first time, but I rewatched it again. But so, yeah. Okay, so Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo was the movie that was made, I believe, right after the 5th season. So essentially, right as the series ended, it got a movie. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. This movie is good, but it doesn't do what, I'll put an example. It doesn't do for the Teen Titans like what the Rugrats movie did for the Rugrats. Like, it doesn't kick it up a notch. Because the Rugrats movie made the Rugrats seem deep as fuck. Or it didn't do what the Pokemon movie did for the Pokemon franchise, where it just kicked the shit up and everyone was just like hyped. And I mean, that's not to say that the Teen Titans movie was shit. It's just that it comes at the end of the series, and you have to compare that movie to everything that's happened in the series. It's kind of basic. I mean, for God's sakes, they fought essentially Satan. They fought Satan in the fucking TV series. The movie, at that point, I wasn't expecting the movie to be kick-ass. The movie is good, but the movie isn't kick-ass, and it's just because there was nothing... the series itself was too hard to top, but let's go ahead and get into the plot of the story. So the plot starts off, you have essentially this random weird-looking robot, Japanese-looking dude attacking the city and attacking the Titans Tower. We come to find out later, after the Titans, have their intros and, beat him after the tower gets wrecked slightly. We found out the dude's name is Psychotech, and that he speaks Japanese, and they had to translate it to figure out that to figure out what he was saying. He said he was sent here by a man named Brushogun, and it was from Japan. So that's where the Trouble in Tokyo thing comes from. They had to go to Japan, Tokyo, Japan, to figure out who the fuck sent Psychotech, who the fuck is Brushogun, and why were they attacked, period. And that's really where the basis of the story goes. Now, I'm going to go for the majority of the plot, mainly just because there's a lot of things I got to discuss, including the whole Robin, Starfire, and the Robin murdering shit. We got to address it. And that was probably one of my favorite things about that, but let's go ahead and start it off. So essentially they get to Tokyo. After a little funny old intro and whatnot, they get to Tokyo, and it's blatantly obvious that they're out of their fucking element. They can't speak Japanese, so they don't know where to go. And there's these random monsters attacking the city that they can't even fucking fight. Now, one funny thing to point here, if you watch season 5 and you watch the episode, I think called either Go or Titans Go, it's the episode where you see all the introduction of all the characters and how they became a team, and how it was based around Starfire. Starfire kisses Robin in that scene in that episode because she's Tamaranian, and up until the kissing scene, she was speaking Tamaranian and no one understood her. And then she randomly kissed Robin and spoke English. They actually explained that in the movie. So I guess the movie is canon for a lot of reasons, actually. That Tamaranians have the ability to learn any languages as long as they have lip contact. So essentially, if you kiss somebody, you can learn their language. And the reason why I bring this up is because in order to learn Japanese and figure out where the fuck to go, they wanted to go to Shinjuku. She kissed a random Japanese guy and asked him how to get to Shinjuku. So, I thought that was pretty cool. But they're essentially out of their element the entire time, and it's actually pretty bad. It's actually funny as shit because they end up fighting this monster that, has to be Godzilla. The typical Japanese monster joke. I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, it's funny because Teen Titans has a lot of anime influence within the show, considering the fact that the opening is made by a Japanese pop duo, and that a lot of the animation styles are Japanese, related. So they're fighting the Godzilla monster, getting their ass kicked because they don't understand their surroundings. So what they would normally do in their city actually has a backfiring in Tokyo. And they're saved by the Japanese police, led by the chief, who has the good, weird kind of nature to him that always goes, "My friend," after every time he's talking to Robin and them. Pretty much he goes to the police and they're talking after they round up the Godzilla monster, and they're sitting there discussing why they're there, and he brings up the name Brushogun, and the chief tells him, "Oh, Brushogun, that's a fucking myth, dude." It's like, you children. It's like, listen, you came here on a myth, and I'm sorry, but as far as the crime in Tokyo, we got that handled. But Brushogun is a myth. But since you're here, just be freaking tourists, enjoy the sights and whatnot, and just leave the whole bad guy stuff to the real heroes of Tokyo, my friend. Now, there is something I need to note here before I keep going. Beast Boy obviously has this whole thing throughout the movie where he's like, why can't heroes take a break? Which comes up repetitively in the movie. But there's another thing that comes up that is a major plot point in the movie. And that's his obsession to go to the comic book factory in Tokyo. And that's the first place they go in Japan. And you want to know what happens? Robin says, no, we're on a mission, no time for games. Remember that, because that's coming back later. So at this point, they don't know what the fuck to do, so they figure, fuck it, let's just be tourists. So they all kind of each go off, except for Robin and Sapphire, who hang out because they're hinting the relationship stuff with them, those two. So Beast Boy goes around looking for girls. Raven kind of just wander around bookstores, and Cyborg goes to eat. I like the little scene where he first goes into the restaurant because he's like, there's only 3 words in the Japanese dictionary I need to know. All you can eat. Okay, all you can eat. I guess I should have said 4 words. Okay, fine. I fucked up the damn joke. Leave me alone. On to the next portion. So essentially, they're having their fun. And I actually like the scene with Beast Boy that I'll address in a second. So you're Robin and Starfire having their little couple time and everything, and they're talking and they're conversating, and she even brings up the whole, can we not be anything else than heroes? Can we be nothing more? And they're about to make out, and then I believe Starfire mentions something about fear, and it triggers Robin's Batman senses. And he goes into like over-analytical mode, starts questioning the whole thing about Psychotech. It's like, well, Psychotech was afraid of something. Psychotech was afraid of something. So that means to him, Brushogun is real. So that probably means Brushogun is real. And Starfire gets pissed off and flies away because fucking Robin's on his little, let's save the world bullshit. We're just heroes. That's all we'll ever be, and that's all we ever need to be is fucking heroes. And Starfire has a little emotional thing. Now to get to the Beast Boy comedy section, that I thought was fucking hilarious. He runs into, he ends up chasing a Japanese girl, a stereotypical Japanese girl. I say somebody girl because she's in like a Japanese school outfit, short skirt and everything. No panty shots. Sorry, fellas, no panty shots. I know, calm down. And he ends up walking to a karaoke bar where the funniest scene, and actually the reason why I introed this video like the way I did, has him singing karaoke, the Teen Titans karaoke, in a bad English translation of the damn theme song. Like, the one time you get to hear the full theme song for Teen Titans, and it's a bad English translation, and the only thing that works is the 1, 2, 3, 4, go Teen Titans, and like that's the only thing that actually makes sense, because he starts saying a whole bunch of random bad English translation shit and the verses, and it's funny as hell because the girls just eat them up. And while this is going on, Cyborg is arguing, is going head to head with the sushi manager about the food and how much he can handle to eat. And Raven's actually doing research on Brushogun. Now, as this is going on, that's, Robin is investigating the pink ball that the Psychotech threw a while ago. He runs into another Psychotech and starts fighting him. Now, from the first fight they had with Psychotech, he knew for a fact that Psychotech could regenerate himself. But in this particular fight, he doesn't. And the whole murder aspect for Robin comes up is when they're fighting and Robin gets on his ass and just starts wailing on this thing. It just goes, bah, 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 bah. And all of a sudden, you see all this red shit on him in his hands. You're like, oh, fuck, Robin. God, did you just kill a nigga? like when I first, the first time I saw that, when the movie first came out, I was like, oh shit. Now that was a moment I give the movie props for. That was a oh shit moment. My God. And you know what? I'm gonna leave the review there. No, I'm not gonna do that to y'all. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep going. Nigga killed a man. That was crazy. So he gets put in jail. He gets locked up, and then someone breaks him out, and he has to go undercover as a bad guy, while all the rest of their friends are being chased by these mysterious by their respective people, enemies they made. Well, actually, no, that's just Robin and that's just Cyborg and Beast Boy. But they're also being followed by these other weird-looking Japanese-inspired characters that seem to have a color coding to them. Like the one Beast Boy finds, the Japanese girl he was chasing turns out to be like this cat girl. Yeah, they really are pushing that Japanese culture on you. No, you know what? She will never replace Felicia in my heart. I will say that. But he's fighting this Japanese cat girl. Cyborg's fighting this robot creature. Raven's fighting a ghost. And I believe Starfire's fighting something that looks like it's based off of Astro Boy, ironically. And they all find out the news that he got in trouble. So they rendezvous at a point where Raven takes the book that she got, and they explain that Psychotech wasn't human. He's a fucking drawing. Because the shit that was on your clothes, Robin, that wasn't like blood. That was ink. And ironically, while they're searching and figuring out where they need to go, they come back to the one place that they were at the beginning of the fucking movie when they got to Tokyo. Did you guess comic book store? Digital cookie for you. Good job. So, they get to the comic book place, and they actually break into the comic book place because at this point, they're being chased by the police, the crazy creatures, and Cyborgs and Beast Boy's little fan club of Japanese girls and crazy sushi chefs. And they break in and they find Brush Gun. And Brush Gun looks like shit. Now to explain Brush Gun's backstory, he's essentially he was a painter who was really into his art and really wanted to bring his art alive. And he fucked with dark magic and he completed what he achieved his dream. The problem is that the dark magic fucked him over and turned him into like a living ink brush essentially, because he literally was like an ink man with life that could create art just by slamming his walls against the floor and shit. And he was Japan's first villain, which is weird because I kind of, in retrospect, in retrospect, it kind of made me curious to go look it up to see if Brush Gun was actually real, like in like real life bullshit. I don't think so, but I still thought that was cool. Now I also like how his name is Brush Shogun. He's like he's an ink shogun, which makes sense because he has drawings. Get it? Yeah, I know my jokes are lame. Shut the fuck up. So, anyways, they find him. He's sitting there. Actually, it's a printing press, which makes perfect sense now. But for whatever reason, he's old. He's decrepit. He's still immortal, but he's old, decrepit. And he looks like shit. And they explain that, and he explains that essentially he's not the guy who's been doing all this fucked up shit. He's the guy who sent the first Psychotech to Robin to get them to come to Tokyo. The second Psychotech that Robin killed was sent by the guy that's been controlling them. And what we find out at the end of the movie is that the big bad guy isn't Brush Gun. The big bad guy is the fucking police chief, which is kind of stereotypical because we've seen that done before. And the reasoning behind it is essentially he wants to be the hero to catch the villains, so he controls the main villain to make more villains so the police can catch. In retrospect, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. And essentially, the Teen Titans go and whoop their ass. And by the end of the movie, they're regarded as heroes again. Robin his name is cleared. The chief goes to jail. And by the end of it, Robin accepts the fact that you can be more than heroes and you can just relax and be a tourist every once in a while. Or have a girlfriend. Because by the end of this movie, Robin and Starfire promptly kiss, not to learn the language, but, get busy, I love you kind of kiss. And everyone's like, yeah, and that's how the movie ends. Now, as a movie in itself, it's enjoyable. It's not a bad movie. I enjoy the comedy. I enjoy the relationship thing. I enjoyed the majority of the movie. They had every character deal with it they wanted to deal with. And, you know, in terms of Robin and Starfire, I felt like they closed out their little whole issues and their relationship in this movie. Like, I have no issues with Robin and Starfire in the movie. I don't have any issues with Raven or Cyborg. Beast Boy, I felt like, to me personally, in the entire series, is the only character I feel like has not been fully addressed due to the Terra shit. If they had shown Beast Boy letting go and not an episode where he was forced to let go, I probably would have been cool. But the closure for the majority of the Titans I was straight with. Beast Boy still irked me because this is the last Teen Titans, like at least this version of Teen Titans, we will ever see currently. And I feel like Beast Boy was left hanging, personally. I feel like that's what it is. And they wrapped up all the loose ends with Robin and Starfire. You know, I like the relationship. I also like the two oh shit moments with Teen Titans. Really, was just the murdering and the kiss. So all you Robin x anyone else or Starfire x anyone else, that's all negated because you now have Robin x Starfire, and that shit was confirmed in the fucking movie. And the movie is canon for a few reasons. I mean, they all correlate. It's not like it's just a rank. But the thing about Teen Titans in Tokyo that I will never say it was an oh shit movie. Like Rugrats movie was an oh shit movie. Pokemon the first movie was an oh shit movie. Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo isn't an oh shit movie. It's more of a this was good with some oh shit moments. It has oh shit moments in it, but it doesn't have like an oh shit movie. And you know, it didn't like make me go damn. Like this wouldn't like if you wanted to get someone into the Rugrats series, the Pokemon series, you would show them the fucking movie. And they would be like, oh shit, we gotta go back. You couldn't do that with Teen Titans in Tokyo. Teen Titans in Tokyo has oh shit moments for people who watch the TV series. And I mean, that's nothing against the movie. It's just that the fucking TV series went too much in. You had them fight the devil, essentially. And you had them fight an old school villain. You had them fight every fucking villain, essentially. These niggas are taking out almost every mainstream villain. And it was even villains back like years back were going in. It's like you couldn't really. It's like it's kind of hard for a movie to honestly top that. Now the movie that came out before season 4, it probably could have topped it because season 3 to me was shit because of the fucking Brother Blood having weird sexual fantasies for Cyborg. You probably could have topped. You could have probably went oh shit, and then I could have went oh shit. The movie was awesome back then, and then the damn seasons after it would just went in. Because 4 and 5 were like probably the most badass of the seasons. But the movie's good. I still recommend the movie. The movie is enjoyable. The movie was funny. The movie didn't piss me off anyway. I feel like the only thing about Teen Titans as a series and in the movie, Beast Boy was the only character I don't feel like was completely finished. And not really in his development as a character, but more in his relationship. Like for you shippers, which I believe are relationship fans and like cartoons and movies and anime and shit, Beast Boy is kind of fucked over there. Technically you could say Raven too, but then again I'm a selfish Raven whore and I want her to myself, so that's probably what that is. But I mean the movie's fun. I mean the movie it's kind of cliched, I will say that much. Like the ending's kind of cliched. It's like the abuse of it's like a villain, like Retro Gun was a villain. But he stopped being a villain once he was caught, because afterwards he just got abused for like years by a bigger villain that actually was posing as a good guy. It's kind of cliched in some sense, and it's one of those whatever things. But all in all, it's still a good movie. I still enjoyed the movie. I wouldn't say not watch Trouble in Tokyo, but I'm just saying don't put Trouble in Tokyo in the same level you put Rugrats movie or Pokemon the first movie, because it won't make you go oh shit in terms of the movie itself. It'll make you go oh shit probably for the Robin murdering scene and the kissing scene at the end of it. Is there a fucking cricket? I feel like there's a cricket. I hear a cricket. This is gonna piss me off later. I already know. Fuck you, cricket. Fuck. But all in all, this is a good movie. It complements the series, if nothing else. And if you're a relationship fan and you want to see Robin and Starfire kiss, or you want to see Robin murder someone, quote unquote, it's a fun, enjoyable movie. So that's all it is for Teen Titans. I've reviewed everything for Teen Titans. No more Teen Titans shit. So I guess the only thing I can say is life's a game, play to win. Like the video if you liked it, favorite if you want to favorite, and subscribe what you want to subscribe, and comment about your entire history with the series and how you enjoyed the series. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure people on season 5 did that anyway, but you know, do it here too. Fucking humor me, damn it. Make me feel good about myself, alright? Low self-esteem here, folks. For the last time, Titan out. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Teen Titans. Yay!